Born in Isernia, Italy on January 20th, 1882, Giovanni "Johnny" Torrio was destined to become one of the significant figures in the American underworld. His family, seeking better prospects, migrated to the United States when Johnny was just 2 years old, settling in an Italian neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. Here, amidst the hustle and struggle of immigrant life, Torrio's path into organized crime began to take shape. Growing up in the impoverished conditions of the late 19th century, young Johnny was no stranger to the challenges faced by immigrant families in the crowded urban landscapes of New York. His neighborhood was rife with illicit activities, a pragmatic, albeit dark, solution to the widespread poverty and lack of opportunities that plagued immigrant communities. Thus, the environment in which Torrio was raised played an indispensable role in molding his perception of law, order, and avenues to success and prosperity. It wasn't long before Torrio was inducted into the life of crime, which presented itself as an escape from the financial struggles faced by his family. His first encounters with the underworld began with small-time jobs, such as running errands for local gang members, which introduced him to a network of individuals who operated on the other side of the law. A charismatic and shrewd individual, Torrio rapidly climbed the ranks. His sharp mind and strategic thinking positioned him as an invaluable asset to the criminal outfits of New York, particularly the 5 Points Gang, where he would refine his skills in organizing and managing illegal enterprises. In the early decades of the 20th century, Johnny Torrio, after carving a name for himself in the criminal circuits of New York, directed his ambitions towards a new terrain, Chicago. It was a move sparked by the invitation of his aunt, Victoria Moresco, a prominent figure in the city's underworld who operated numerous brothels. Chicago during this era was a bustling hub of opportunity and, for individuals like Torrio, presented a fertile ground where seeds of organized crime could be sown and harvested lucratively. Upon his arrival in Chicago, Torrio quickly identified the vast, untapped potential within the city's criminal enterprises. The socio-political climate, marked by rampant corruption and loosely enforced prohibition laws, provided a conducive environment for illicit activities to flourish. His strategic mind saw opportunities where others saw risk, and it wasn't long before Torrio began weaving his intricate web across the city's underworld, meticulously intertwining political corruption with organized crime. The nexus between Torrio and Capone was formed when the latter, born of Italian immigrants in Brooklyn, New York, in 1899, became embroiled in the criminal underworld from a young age, mirroring Torrio's own ascent. Their paths intersected when Torrio, recognizing the zeal and potential within a young Capone, enlisted him in his operations. Al Capone, known colloquially as Scarface, was initially engaged in smaller, albeit significant, illicit activities in New York, but his relocation to Chicago symbolized a monumental shift in his criminal career. Upon Capone's arrival in Chicago, his connection with Torrio deepened, gradually evolving from an employer-employee dynamic to one of mentorship and collaborative partnership. Torrio, with his strategic mind, acumen for business, and innate ability to navigate the political undercurrents of the criminal world, found a willing and able apprentice in Capone, imparting strategies that extended beyond mere criminal operations to encompass organizational management, alliance building, and conflict resolution. In an environment saturated with competition and risk, Torrio emphasized the importance of business-like pragmatism and political diplomacy in managing and expanding criminal enterprises. He incorporated legitimate businesses into his operations, used negotiation and cooperation as tools to mitigate conflicts, and subtly manipulated political entities to favor his enterprises. This multifaceted approach was diligently observed and absorbed by Capone, who would later implement these strategies during his own reign. Torrio's eventual decision to transition control of Chicago outfit to Capone was not abrupt, but a calculated move prompted by both external pressures and an acknowledgement of Capone's readiness. After surviving a near-fatal attack in 1925, Torrio, appreciating the escalating risks and recognizing Capone's ability to steer the ship, relinquished his position, allowing Capone to ascend as the new commander of the outfit. Under Capone's leadership, the Chicago outfit burgeoned, implementing and amplifying the strategies innovated by Torrio. While Capone is often recognized for his ostentatious lifestyle and ruthless approach, it was the methodologies learned from Torrio, blending business with crime, forging political alliances, and utilizing diplomacy to resolve disputes, that fortified the Chicago outfit's dominance during his era. A life simmering with perilous ventures, illicit trades, and shrewd strategizing eventually subsided into a semblance of tranquility for Johnny Torrio, one of the paramount architects of organized crime in the United States. His later life, following his retreat from the active realms of the Chicago outfit, was markedly contrasted with the tumultuous years that defined his earlier existence. His post-retirement life unfolded away from the limelight, but not entirely detached from the spheres of influence that characterized organized crime. Torrio, despite physical distance from active operations, did not sever ties with the world he had so intricately constructed. He transitioned into a role of an advisor, a consigliere of sorts, lending his strategic insights to the subsequent operations of mafia leadership, including aiding Capone during his leadership. Retirement allowed Torrio to explore ventures outside the direct boundaries of illicit activities, yet his wealth, accrued from decades within the criminal underworld, was invariably tethered to its origins. He made investments, dabbled in legal business, and even tried his hand at penning an autobiography which, intriguingly, never saw the light of day. Torrio's life came to its eventual end on April 16, 1957, passing away in Brooklyn after suffering a heart attack, with an aura of mystery still lingering around his legacy. A man once feared and respected in the shadowy alleys of organized crime departed quietly, far from the chaos and violence that had punctuated his career. Remember to share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and join us next time as we unravel another thread from the vibrant tapestry of the past. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring with us here at OPG Syndicate.